What's up YouTube? Google have launched the Pixel 5 in few countries and seems very basic and very similar to the Pixel 4a in terms of design. Or I could think of this Pixel 5 as a max version of 4a. So let's spot the difference and see what it's capable of. The design of this phone is very similar to the Pixel 4a, but it's a bit tall and wide comparatively. And the texture of this phone is very soft in Pixel 5, even though it has an aluminum frame with a plastic-like coating on top of it. And this supports wireless charging and reverse wireless charging too. Speaking of the back of the phone, the Google brought back the fingerprint reader at the back, while most of the phones coming up in 2020 has an in-display fingerprint. Which I'm not degrading it, but I'm still appreciating it because I love the physical fingerprint scanner, especially at the back. Coming to the front of the phone, we have a punch hole camera thanks to the Google for getting rid of that solid radar sensor, which was not very ideal to use it. So because of removing those components, we got even bezels on all sides of the phone, making it very easy for binge watching on a 6-inch OLED screen with HDR support, making the videos so vibrant to watch. And the interesting fact about this display is that it has an always on display at 90Hz refresh rate, which makes scrolling very smooth without any stutter. The Pixel 5 has a stereo sound, and you don't see one of the speakers on top of the phone, which also acts like a speaker for attending calls, because Google put up a panel speaker under the display which works by vibrating the display to make sound, which I think it would work out for calls, and I don't think it would work out for playing games and watching movies, since most of the sound got damped by the screen, so I bet the stereo won't be very immersive to my knowledge. And moving on to the performance, we have 8 gigs of RAM and storage starts with the 128 gigs, which is powered by the Snapdragon 765G processor, which is not a flagship grade processor, but still it does all of the work you need. The reason why I feel Google made this approach is that to bring out the balance in performance and battery life. So here's an example. Take a look at the recently launched iPhone SE 2020. It has a powerful 813 Bionic chip which is seen on the iPhone 11 lineup with 3110 mAh battery and is designed to work efficiently for those 11 series. But because Apple equipped it on the iPhone SE 2020, which is a very simple phone with 1821 mAh battery, the users who bought it are facing a major battery drain issue. And I could visualize that issue due to that powerful chip consuming a lot of power. The reason why I state this issue is to make you guys visualize why Google chose this 765G processor, because Google is much focused on the balance in performance and battery life. And this is why the Pixel 5 is equipped with the 765G processor with 4080 mAh battery, which is massive than the previous Pixel 4, which is a decently performing chip with a high capacity battery which will keep up all day. In addition to that, Google offers an extreme battery saving option to get rid of that all background apps to save up the battery, which is very pretty much needed for battery life focused people who do light tasks. And for those who do heavy tasks like gaming, it would lag a bit and it's not pretty much oriented for that. Since this phone has capability of 5G, it doesn't guarantee you high download speeds unless you are using it under well exposed 5G networks. And the 5G is very expensive too. And with the Android 11 like a cherry on top of the cake, it's so clean and fast to use it, which every Android users will love it. And coming to the camera performance, as we see, it has a dual lens setup, one with the 12 megapixel main camera lens and a 16 megapixel ultra wide lens. And from the beginning of the Pixel era, the camera performance is one of the pillars to the selling point of the Pixel. While for this Pixel 5, Google have dropped a few new cool features like adjusting the light on the portrait shots you taken earlier. and even you can capture portraits in night shots. And for capturing video, there's a feature called cinematic pan, where the video you capture is slowed down a bit to give a dramatic shot. In addition to that, we have a locked stabilization mode which gives a super steady video as if you captured it on a tripod. While the HDR plus image takes a quite long time to process the image, which is due to the lack of pixel neural core processor. So overall on the camera performance, you can definitely rely on it as Google provides updates constantly. So here's the overall take in this video. Number 1. Don't buy this phone just for the sake of the 5G. The download speeds are greatly depends upon the area of the 5G network coverage. Number 2. You can buy this phone just for the sake of the great camera performance and software performance from Google. Number 3. Battery life have improved a lot from its predecessor Pixel 4, so you can completely rely on the battery life. And FYI, Google ditched the headphone jack in Pixel 5. And I don't think it has a major issue as we are nearing the end of the 2020 and people are slowly migrating towards wireless technology day by day. And I finally think that Google have made their fundamentals right and not pushing the Pixel lineup further for innovation, which I miss the most. And that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Thank you for watching. Do leave a like, comment, and I'll try to answer as much as possible. And subscribe to have more videos like this.